Hey guys, I'm Kamen Rider Silver, and today we are back with a very special video. Today I will be repainting the eyes on the new NECA Godzilla 1989 action figure. This is also an extremely special video because this is my entry into the stay-at-home Cyber Kaiju event. So if you don't know what that is, I'll put a link in the description to Stephen Tour Reviews' explanation on this event, but basically COVID-19 halted everything. There's no Comic-Con, there's no G-Fest. So all kaiju collectors in the community is coming together to do online events like giveaways, watch-alongs, and all that stuff. There's a schedule. I'll put it right here, but go ahead and check out Steven's video. It's completely, it goes in depth to what's happening. But my contribution to this event, my contribution of content, will be a repaint on this new NECA Godzilla 1989. So, as you can see from the back, this Godzilla is from Godzilla vs. Biolante. And this is a very nice figure. I really like this figure. It's just such a nice, Heisei Godzilla, so nice and chunky. But there are some inaccuracies about this figure. And the most blatant one, and probably the easiest to fix, are these eyes. So, if you have not seen the movie, or are not familiar with this suit, Godzilla does not have pretty much any white in his eyes. This suit from basically 1989 to 91, the eyes were completely brown with a black pupil. So that's one of the main things I think about this figure that kind of threw me off. What is there is very nice. I do actually like how they did apply this decal, but it's not accurate. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how I repaint the eyes on this new figure. By no means am I a professional or saying this is the definitive way to do it, but with paint you can get at Walmart, some brushes you can make this guy looking pretty accurate. So that's what I'm gonna do today. Okay, so to start off, we're gonna bring in some paints that I'm using. These are just from Walmart. Like I said, I'm no expert on this, but this is a little bit of a milk chocolate, a little more kind of amber brown, and then here is a coffee bean brown. And I'm going to be using them separately. The first layer is going to be that darker brown, and then over that, I'm going to put a little bit of this milk chocolate. So I've mixed it right here on this palette with a little bit of water, so they're nice and fluid, and we can begin on this figure. So like I said, I mixed it with a little bit of water so that it goes on nice and evenly. It doesn't clump when it dries. So let's pull this figure right here. I've already done this once, actually. If you look on my Instagram, I went and painted this up, kind of a test trial, I guess you could say. But now I'm coming in for reals, kind of doing a tutorial. Like I said, I'm no expert, so don't take my opinion as the law. I'm going to come in with a little bit of this brown, this darker coffee bean. And I'm just going to apply a little bit at a time, right starting on this white part. I do not want this to clump, so I'm just going to do this very slowly. And in between layers, I will dry it off with a hairdryer, and we'll come back when this is done. Okay, so I've kind of readjusted the camera so I can paint it better. But we have that first layer of brown down on the eye. If you can still see a little bit of the previous eye paint around the rims, that's okay because we're going to be going in with black and those will be covered up. But as long as you have the majority of that eye and all that white gone, you should be fine. So as you can see, that's already getting closer to an accurate eye. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with an even finer paintbrush, and around where the pupils are going to be, I'm going to take some of this lighter brown and kind of dab it in there just to create a little more depth to this eye other than just this coffee bean brown. So let's get to it. Okay, so I have finished applying a little bit of that lighter brown to the eye. It's really hard to see, especially in the light, but it adds a little bit more depth to it. Like I said, it's really kind of hard to see, especially since I'm using a gloss paint. Everything's glaring. You can't even barely see anything. But trust me, if you look at it up close, it is there. So what I'm going to do now is something a little bit out of order that I had done with my previous go at this custom. I'm going to do the pupils now. So this is kind of the scariest part for me as a, kind of amateur customizer. But I'm going to show you what I like to do to get it done. So I poured my glossy black paint. And now I'm going to try to do this for you on camera. I'll probably do the other side off camera, but I have a toothpick. This is what I found is the easiest way for me, at least, is to get a little perfect round glob of paint, not glob, a little perfect round dot of paint, and just going in and plopping it right there. That's what I do. That's what I've done with my figures. Like I said, I'm not a professional, but it gets the job done, and it's better than having a shaky hand with paintbrushes. So I'm going to come with my toothpick. And let's see, what's the most even side? Probably this side. And I'm just going to dab the top of this paint with the toothpick. And now I take my toothpick. And if you get a little bit on the brow or something, whatever, you can chip that off later. But I'm going to take the toothpick and I'm going to go straight down and I'm going to hit it right there. You see it? And I'll go at it again to make it deeper, but that's what I find is the easiest way for me to do it rather than painting it, to just stamp it. So I'm going to go, this is a little bit too much. So I'm going to go at it with a little bit more on the tip. And we're going to have a go at this. Okay, you see that? Not too bad. And if you do look, there is some on his brow. That's my bad. But we're going to go with a little bit more. I want a nice thick pupil in there. I'm going to go at it with a tad bit more, a little farther off. Circle it out a little bit. And that's looking good. So let's do the other. Okay, so now I have finished the pupil, and just like that, just with that toothpick, it's not the roundest thing in the world. But just like that, you could be done right here. I think honestly, you could be done right here and be satisfied with, something that looks like this, knowing it's more accurate. So I think right there, you could be happy with that. You could say, that's accurate. But me personally, I want to do a little bit of a black outline, a little bit like a mascara, just to add a little more depth to this, and then you'll pretty much be done. So let's get to it. Okay, now I've added that little black line right where the skin meets the brown, and added little streak marks towards the pupil just to add a little more realism to it. If you look at this side, you can't really see it because of the glare, but that's what that looks like. And at this point, I could add, a little white dot somewhere around here for glare, but this is glossy paint, so when light hits it, it's gonna do that naturally, as you can see right here. And then when it's on the shelf, you don't have to see a little white dot at all times, so it helps to have glossy paint. But I think that looks pretty darn nice. It's not too hard to do. You just need a steady hand, which I definitely don't have. I'm all kinds of shaky when doing this stuff. And now you have painted eyes that look like the 89 and 91 Godzilla. That's pretty cool. So there you go, guys. There was my entry into the stay-at-home Cyber Kaiju event. I hope you can follow this tutorial. I'm not the best tutorial maker yet, you know, I mean, this is the first time I've done it. But as you can see, with a little bit of paint, a little bit of patience, you can really take this figure to the next level. And really, I don't know, it almost changes the sculpt for me. It makes it look less goofy, it just makes it look a lot more intimidating and a lot more like Godzilla 8991. So, I thank you guys for watching. Definitely go check out the rest of the events for Cyber Kaiju, stay-at-home Cyber Kaiju event. Hope you guys are staying well. Hope you're staying safe, staying sane. Remember, I'm on Instagram, so if you want to message me there, we can always chat. And I post a lot more there, like customs and stuff like this, than I usually do on YouTube now. So make sure to go follow me on there. But I love you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!